Yeah, Isha, you can start now.
Hey everyone, Isha this side. I welcome you all on behalf of Holiday Hacks. Holiday Hacks is a 24-hour online hackathon event curated by Sri Shankaracharya Technical Campus Bhilai. The event will let participants build solutions to real life problems with their coding skills. Now, it gives me immense pleasure to invite Shubhangi as a speaker on behalf of Holiday Hacks team. We'll start the session in few minutes.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing?
Hey Shubhangi,
Hi. Oh yeah, this is a bit clear. Thanks.
it gives me immense pleasure to invite you as a speaker on behalf of Holiday Hacks team.
I'm so
So
happy to be here.
yeah, I welcome you all on behalf of Holiday Hacks team. So let me just describe Shubhangi in few words. Shubhangi is an out-of-box tinkerer and loves to work in multiple dimensions. She is the co-founder of RAAHEE, an initiative to destigmatize mental health and provide affordable therapy to everyone around the globe. She is also a Gold Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador and is the runner-up of Microsoft Imagine Cup India 2021. She is a Women Tech Makers representative and scholar of GHC 2021, GHCI 2020. She is huge Potterhead and has a knack of public speaking. So now, without wasting any moment, I would request Shubhangi to take the lead and go ahead with the session.
Thanks, Isha, for such a wonderful introduction. So, hi everyone. I am the co-founder of RAAHEE, and today we will be talking about mental health here. So, I have a couple of slides that we'll go through, and if you have any questions during that time, feel free to add in the chat, and we'll take them up at the end. So, you let me bring my slides up. Can someone add that? Okay, thanks, Ayan. So this workshop is by Rahi and it's called Awareness Hour. It's basically for everyone who wants to know what mental health is basically and how to take care of yourself and how to not burn out every other day. Because everyone knows what mental health is kind of, but they don't know like what to do with it. So in this workshop, we'll kind of explore more about it. But before I get started, like what is Rahi? Because I've mentioned it like two, three times. So Rahi is a mental health initiative, and our aim is to destigmatize mental health. And by that I mean there's a lot of taboo around mental health and seeking help. So we want to destigmatize mental health and also provide affordable therapy, which is like starts at 400 rupees. And if you kind of follow us right now, we have like really exciting things coming up in that domain as well. But moving on to the important part, like why do we need a conversation around mental health? Like what's there that needs to be highlighted? If you have heard of this very interesting statistics that 1 in 10 Indian adults suffer from mental illness, and 1 in 4 person on the planet is depressed, which is like so shocking. And in 2020, more people in India died of suicide than they died of COVID. So these are some like really heavy stats, and we have to work a lot to make it better. And just a little story here. When we are young and we get a cut on our hand, we know that the first thing we want to do is go and maybe apply a band-aid on that cut. But what if you get an emotional cut? Like, do you even know what an emotional cut is? How do you feel that you have an emotional cut, and how do you apply first aid to it? No one ever taught you that. Everyone just taught you that brush your teeth every day. That's taking care of yourself, be hygienic, put band-aids, have first aid. But no one ever made you a first aid kit for your emotions. So how to do that? So, why do we need this conversation again? Is because a lot of people don't know what mental health exactly is. Everyone knows mental health is like the hot topic, but what is mental health basically? So, there are a lot of definitions that go around, but when asked to a larger group of people what mental health is, it was very much related to mental illness. Like they said, mental health is when people talk to themselves. Mental health is when people are depressed. Mental health is crazy people, which is not really true. You are, kind of relating something healthy to the worst aspect of it. It's like saying physical health is cancer, but that's not true, right? Physical health is so much more to it, like cough, cold, diseases as well, but also a good part of taking care of yourself as well is also part of physical health. So, a lot of people confuse mental health with mental illnesses, which is definitely not true. Um, as health has three very common parts to it. One is physical, which I've been talking about a lot and which everyone kind of pays their attention to. Second is mental, which is kind of upcoming and is the hot topic. And there is social well-being, which in a society we have to be surrounded by good people and have good energy around, and is very closely related to mental health. Then what specifically mental health is kind of, having, taking care of your own abilities, and you should be able to cope up with normal stresses, work productively, and are able to contribute to the community. Like I said, it's very closely related to social well-being. So when I say can cope with normal stresses, a lot of time it happens that in our day we don't really want to do anything. We just kind of want to sleep or want to just switch off. And it has been very prevalent after the COVID situation. Everyone, like, everything is changing so fast for everyone, it's really hard to keep up. So even for me, I would say I'm preaching this, but I'm not the best person to take care of my mental health either. Even I have a lot of relapses, and I'm not able to deal with normal stresses in life every day. Sometimes that just happens, that someone pushes you something and you kind of break down. That has also happened with me, and it is very common with people that they've been breaking down more. They've been just emotionally more on the surface. Like, everyone's emotions has lately been on the surface. So how do you kind of take care of it, and how do you make a balance where everything you experience becomes normal? How do you cope with normal stresses of life so it doesn't affect your work? Okay, so I see like there are a couple of people in the chat. And do you want to tell me, like, how are you all doing? It's like 5:10. I don't know. Some people may be sleepy, just getting off work or college. Hi Ashwin, just saw you are here. Ayan is doing great. That's great, Ayan. So, okay, I'll just go ahead with the presentation because there's also lag. So you can still let me know how you are. But I have seen a lot of time when I ask this question, either I hear I'm good or I'm okay if someone's low, but they don't want to confront it. Even to ourselves, we say this a lot, that I'm okay if you're feeling low. We just don't want to experience the bad emotions. A lot of times, it's just we kind of try to avoid it. And I'll say I've done that as well. I'll just like, okay, I'm okay, and then I'll just go to a point where I'll just break down. So doing that is very unhealthy. You have to experience all of the emotions that are there in your system. It could be jealousy, it could be sadness, it could be grief. And during the last wave, because the second wave was very hard for India, and a lot of people are still not over it, and it's been almost a year since that wave started. It's basically because they never sat down and experienced that grief that they were supposed to process. Yeah, but you kind of have to take time to process that grief, and get normal with it. So yeah, a lot of people say it's gonna be okay, but how do you actually be aware of your emotions? Like, I've said this so many times during this session, how to take care, how to be aware. So these are like very simple breakdowns that we have kind of come up with, and they are what I call the ABCs of mental health. So when you want to, take care of yourself, first is acknowledge your feelings. Like I said in the previous slide, a lot of people will just go and say, I'm okay, I'm good. And yeah, that's but how do you take time to acknowledge your feelings? Like, kind of sit down with yourself, maybe any time in the day, in the morning, in the evening, or in the afternoon, and just acknowledge how you're feeling. It doesn't have to be, going through your brain and like, okay, thoda sa happy hai, thoda sa sad hai. No, it doesn't have to be that way. You just have to, you can have multiple emotions at one time as well, but make sure you acknowledge all of them. A very good way to do is I do uses go to Headspace's YouTube channel, and they have like these amazing meditation videos. And their meditation is not like the typical one where you have to kind of sit in a lotus position and just be quiet. I like their guided meditation ones, which you can try if you want to. And the next is be kind to yourself. So a lot of time when I'm experiencing a bad emotion, like I'm being jealous or something, I kind of pity myself for it, or I'm like, why am I experiencing this emotion? I kind of, you know, a bad talk to myself, which is not good. When you're experiencing something that you don't want to have with yourself right now, just be kind to yourself and sit with that emotion and tell that, okay, it will get better, but let me just sit with it right now. And the third is the C, which is care for yourself. It If you are, if you're not able to take care of yourselves on your own, you can just ask for professional help, and there's nothing wrong with asking for a professional help. They just kind of help you process your emotions in a better way. And if you can't reach out to a professional, and if you don't have the resources to, try reaching out to some free resources that could be like a support group, or just people around you who could be your support system. So yeah, you can do that. So first is acknowledge your emotions, second is be kind to yourself at all places, third is take care of yourself. Okay. Then this is very common. Even I mentioned this right now, that for caring, we reach out to people around us. But there are a lot of times when these people may also need us, or they may be unavailable for us. So, how to be okay with that, or how do we help them when they are reaching out? First is be an active listener, acknowledge what they are telling you. So, a lot of times when we are listening to anyone talking, we are constantly having these replies in our head like, okay, so once this person stops talking, this is what I'm going to say. Or we already start framing responses in our head. And in doing that, we kind of skip their emotions, like what was this person actually trying to say. So yeah, maybe try reading between little between the lines, or just acknowledge what is happening around. So definitely acknowledge this person's emotion and feelings, even if sometimes you don't relate to it or you feel a different way. Still, acknowledging that is good. And maybe later on, when they're like a little better, you can tell them that this was what you felt. But don't kind of bombard them with a lot of things right at that point when they're being really vulnerable to you. Next is be available. So a lot of times, I am not saying that be available 24/7, or leave your own things and be available for other people. Always have healthy boundaries with people. So if you have like certain friends, I have like these friends, and I have circles of people in my life. So if a person is in like the innermost circle, I'll be more available for them, and if they're like colleagues or acquaintances, I'll be a little less available. Like maybe on a holiday, I won't pick their calls. So you should be clear on your boundaries with these people, and they should also know that yeah, these are the boundaries that you have with these people. And it's completely okay to say no to certain things when it's not comfortable to you. And also to acknowledge to that person. So lately, a friend reached out to ask for help, and lately, I've also been in a very bad mental health space. So I just told her that I can't help you right now because I don't have the bandwidth, but I can surely listen to you. So just be kind to them and reply in a way which doesn't make them feel bad for reaching out to you and being confident in you. But yes, have your own boundaries as well. Next is taking care of them, which is the C. So check, if they want to seek professional help. Again, it is important if you feel that they're going through a lot and they're unable to deal with it and it's going on for a prolonged period of time, like 2 3 months. You should encourage them to seek professional help. And yeah, during that process, if they do decide to take help, make sure that they're comfortable with it. And if even if they decide not to, keep checking on with them if you have the bandwidth to, like how they're doing, are they better mentally, do they want to just chat. So yeah, keep a check on them. Okay, I've been talking a lot, I just realized. So if it were a Zoom activity, we would have been doing some cool activities, but we'll take questions at the end. So yeah, if you have any mental health questions, feel free to add them to the chat. This is one of the most common questions I guess I get asked, like when is the right time to go to a therapist or seek professional help. I think in the previous two slides I've told you enough times when, but in any case, even if you are kind of feeling that there is a general loss of interest in activities which you love to do, or you just been not able to cope with normal stresses of everyday life, I would say try consulting a therapist. And the good part about doctors or therapists is that they don't kind of pull you into taking the service without, if you don't need them. We have had so many clients at Rahi come and say that, the therapist said that I don't need a session, so I think I'll be okay. And it's a good feel, like, in their first session, the therapist tells them that you don't need therapy, you're perfectly fine. It kind of checks some boxes in your head and it makes you feel better. How to be cool, Soumya? I'll take your question at the end. It's an interesting question. Okay. Where does Rahi come in? As I have mentioned, that we provide very affordable therapy services, and our therapists are registered with RCI licensed, and during a lot of time we give pro bono sessions as well. And yeah, like I mentioned at the starting of the session, if you follow us right now, we have some like really interesting things coming up today, just like in an hour. So you can get therapy at like really really affordable prices. Okay, now I've done so much talking. I really want to just do an activity. So if we have like four people in the chat, okay. So what we're all gonna do is we have a minute, okay, and we have to pick something close to us, like whatever is right now in our desk. I'll pick anything like in the next 10 seconds, and then okay, let's just pick it first. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Pick something which is on your desk. Okay, I just picked my rubber band for some reason because it was like closest to me. So now you have to, if you are here, you can write in the chat why you are grateful for whatever object you pick. Can you see? It's like a rubber band, just like a simple hair tie. Um, so I, okay, you picked your spoon, Soumya. That's nice. Why are you grateful for your spoon? So I'm grateful for this rubber band because it protects me from heat. And like if you have not noticed, I have like really crazy hair which keep coming on my face or like are very uh, distracting sometimes. So I like this rubber band because it like just ties them up and we're good to go. And if anyone else that did this activity, you can write in the chat why you are grateful for the object that you picked. Okay. So that now that I've talked a lot and we have done an activity, anyone else? I'm waiting for your replies. Hi Webber, did you do the activity? Okay, Ashmit picked a pen. Why are you grateful for your pen, Ashmit? And you picked your mouse or your hand was already on the mouse? Nice, everyone. Okay, so you can write in the chat how are you grateful for it, or even if you don't want to share, you can just tell yourself why you're grateful for it. The intent of this activity is very simple. There are a lot of things, people around you who do a lot for you, and we never acknowledge that. It's very common, and especially in our culture in India. It's always like people are running after things. It could be tags, credit, anything, and after a point, everything stops making sense, and people will just stop being grateful for a lot of things which they think is obvious. But when they lose them, they kind of find that they should have been more grateful to it. So this was just like a small activity to reflect that even objects near you are very important to your everyday existence, and it could just be like your hands. Like you could be grateful for your hands as well because they do a lot for you. So yeah, that was a reflection activity, and I see replies coming in. Okay, Ayan says my mouse is my love. That's nice. It let me write, and that's very powerful. Yeah, writing is definitely a powerful tool, Ashmit. And Vaibhav, you're grateful for your keyboard because I can write anything that I want. Yeah, a lot of writers here. That's nice. Some people use pen, some people use keyboards. Nice, folks. So we are towards the close of the session, and if you still have any doubts regarding mental health, feel free to DM us on Rahi, and I'm available as it says here at No Shubhangi on all platforms. So if you need any help with your mental health, or if you just want to talk to us um, about your struggles, just share what it feels to be like. Sometimes we get a lot of things, so just share that with us, and I'll also share the Discord link with the organizers so they can drop in the YouTube chat if anyone wants to join in. And yeah, that's cool. We don't want to do a feedback. You can reach out to us on rahi.mentalhealth, or as I said, at no shubhangi. And yeah, open to questions now. Let's keep it on the previous slide. Okay, so the first question I saw was how to be cool. So I said it's an interesting question because like after pop culture has come in and people have these really cool LinkedIn profiles, Instagrams, or becoming a creator, everyone is running after being cool. I seen so many people attend meetups, which are like full day, just to get the swag at the end, so they can post it on their socials, um, because that makes them cool. So when you are trying to be cool, just be mindful of why you are doing what you are doing, and is there like an end goal of being cool? I'm not criticizing you. I mean, everyone wants to be cool and the hip person and the go-to thing. So yeah, just be mindful of why you're doing what you're doing, and if it's working for you, keep at it and be cool. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? I like answering absurd questions. I think that's about it. So I'll just say thanks to everyone and take a leave. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Shubhangi, for such an incredible session. I hope it helped every one of us. Many a times I have noticed that this topic of mental wellness goes underrated. But today I personally got so much of information and knowledge about this topic. Thanks for joining us and become a part of our pre-hack event of Holiday Hacks.
Thanks, Isha. I hope to see everyone at Holiday Hacks. Bye bye.
Sure. Bye. I would like to thank the audience for their precious time and would also like to announce the registrations for Holiday Hacks are started. And I would like to request the organizers to please share the required links for registration. Many great events are coming up, so stay tuned.